My dear old friends, it's been a long time since I said anything. For a guy who used to talk so much, I've been very quiet. Some of you will remember back in 2013 when I resigned the church and went to teach for the seminary, and then my wife and I hit the road, and then we moved to Seattle. And now we're in St. Helena, where I'm directing a senior center and enjoying it very much, by the way. But I've been very quiet, and it's mainly because I didn't want to drag you into confusion. I tried so hard to hold on to my faith. I tried to revise it. I tried to reconstruct it. And when that didn't work, I turned to philosophy and that didn't work either. And finally, I just came to a point where I figured out that I don't have any answers. And that is a pretty hard thing for a seminary professor to say. Talk about messing up your life. So that's been tough, but slowly over time, I have found a way to live without answers that for me has been very meaningful. But it doesn't really solve this problem of my past because my Christian faith has always been such a big part of who I am that now that it's not part of me, who am I anymore? Well, I know, but you don't know. And so it's really hard to know how to relate to you and to people in my past. And I know there are a couple of chicken options, unsatisfying, cowardly options, and I know them well because I've tried them both. One of them is to pretend, and that is to pretend that I haven't changed and that I still hold the same views that I used to, but it just really feels hollow, and I sense that people can tell I'm faking it. The other one is to just chop off my past, to just go into hiding and, withdraw and not have anything to do with anyone from my past. And that's no good either because I like you guys. So I've decided there's really only one option, and that is to tell the truth. And that is tough because the truth is that I no longer consider myself a Christian. And I know that's going to be a really hard thing for some of you to hear. But I feel like it's the only way that I could have a real relationship is to just say that. I do want to say, like, I'm not anti-Christian. I don't feel like I'm on a, mission to, like tear people out of church, uproot them from their faith. It's not like that. I'm more post-Christian than anti-Christian. But I have decided that I need to share my story, not to try to change anybody's views, but just because I think there are other people today who are struggling with shattered faith. And I know from I, I I'm still I don't even know how to put it, how hard it was to go through this journey, to have my whole foundation of my life crumble, to feel this darkness like I've never known before. And so I have a lot of sympathy for people who are going through that. So if your faith is intact and your life is meaningful and you're doing well, this is not for you. I'm partly just saying, why don't you skip this? Because it's not going to bring you any comfort. It's just going to confuse you. It will be unsettling and frustrating, and you'll want to reach out and save me and all of that. But I feel like I need to do this for people who are going through the kind of breakup with their faith that I went through. I also want to say that I welcome your ongoing friendship, but you will have to be okay with the fact that I'm not a Christian anymore. And I understand that that's weird, and maybe too weird. I want you to know that I love you. I cherish the part of life's journey that we shared together, and nothing will change that. I have a little poem. It's not a great poem, but it's honest and it, I think, describes this journey I've been through. I was a preacher, a professor, a God-splainer, a rock. Then my high pulpit crumbled. I thought I would land, but just kept falling. So I traded my firm foundation for a set of wings and made my home on a rush of wind. That may sound like gobbledygook to some of you, and it may speak to some of you, but that's where I am. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for caring.